So this is the ATSS assessment scale. You're going to want to stop and pause this sucker every once in a while and read what's on the screen because I'm going to go real quick through it. This is the ScubaSteveScale. So in K to 8, we had a 4-point scale, right? Not really understanding it, kind of, sort of understanding it. Yeah, kind of I get it. And then, oh, wow, I totally get it. In high school, we have similar things. The scale is there to describe your understanding and demonstration of knowledge. It doesn't describe you. It's not a simple mark out of 8, so you can't go like, oh, I got 4 out of 8. Oh, that's 50%. Oh, that's not good enough. That's not how it works. The letters are translated into percentages because the Ministry of Education says we have to give you a percentage at the end, but they don't correspond to exactly the number value if you did the math. So be careful with that. What you want to do to help your learning and your demonstrations of learning is to know that each level on the scale has a descriptor. So if you understand the descriptions, that'll help you understand what you still have to do or show in order to improve what you're demonstrating in your learning. So use the specific rubrics for each assignment. Your teacher may even give you for each competency, here's what we're looking at. Here's what a 5 looks like. Here's what a 6 looks like. And make sure that you know those so that you're comfortable with them and you know what you need to improve. Remember that in high school, it's not enough to memorize facts, right? Assessments here are about using your knowledge, using your skill. You've got a magic box on your desk that knows lots of facts, but what can you do with those facts? What can you blend together to show your critical thinking, your communication skills, your creative thinking, and all that? So the 8-point scale goes from 0 to 8. This lists the names of 1 to 8. You see more understanding as we go down the list. And this is what it would look like as a visual, which I will explain in a couple of slides. So your 1 on the 4-point scale would be a 1 or a 2 on our 8-point scale, or it could be a 0. A 0 is not handed in, or I didn't bother showing up that day and didn't let anybody know, or I couldn't assess that. So if you see a 0 or an NHI not handed in, that means you need to take care of that. So that's up to you to take care of. A 1 or a 2, you're not showing very good learning yet. Developing, you're kind of getting it. Proficient, this is kind of what we expect of people at your level. You're getting 5 out of 8. That's what we expect. That's what comes out to 70%. And extending is the, oh boy, wow, are you ever good at this part?
So if what we're after is the magical treasure of mastery learning and really understanding everything, here's what all of the levels represent. A 1 out of 8 is an attempt. You're so far away from the learning that you're floating above the water in a hot air balloon. You're nowhere near the learning. In not yet meeting, or 2 out of 8, you're closer, you're on top of the water, but you're not even to where the buried treasure is. You're far away from it, and you're at the surface of the water. You're even above the surface in a boat. You're not even in the water yourself yet. For limited, at least you've gotten into the water. Now you're swimming at the surface. You're in the water, you're heading toward the treasure, but you have to dive deeper and really go down to understand things better. If you're at adequate, or 4 out of 8, then you're snorkeling. You're under the water, but only barely, because you still want to be able to breathe the air above you, and you're not quite prepared. You don't have everything you need with you to stay safe while you're under there. But if you can go deeper, like Scuba Steve here, you can get to your capable. This is where the government of British Columbia expects you to wind up, at capable. So you're 5 out of 8. You can do pretty much everything we've asked of you. You get it, more or less, pretty good. Yay, we're heading toward the treasure. Proficient's a weird one because that's just Scuba Steve getting a little closer to the treasure. He's kind of reaching out for it, but he's not quite there yet. Then we have exemplary. In exemplary, you can kind of put a hand on the treasure chest. You've gone to that extended learning. You're really getting down there. You got this, but you don't quite have your fingers on the gold yet. And when you get to mastery, you're scooping up handfuls of gems and gold, and you're ready to take that learning with you into the wider world. That is the Scuba Steve experience.
So when your teachers tell you, go deep, Steve, it's because we want you to get to that deeper learning. Thanks for listening.